Welcome back, trainers. We have returned from NAIC New Orleans. We're back. We are focused. We're ready to continue this season. I believe this is week 5. Tonight we're going to have PSY versus ROTS, Sonic Nightmare versus Return of Tempest Squad. That is their full vernacular. I believe both teams are ready to go at it. Ready or not, here we go. I'm hitting the start button, and this is All-Star mode. Let's continue where we left off. Back again, once again. Let's get these drafts underway. As I said just before, this is All-Star Draft, so the mons being picked here will not reappear in subsequent rounds. This should be a 3 out of 5 or a 2 out of 3. I have to double check. But yeah, we're in for a treat. We're gonna get some of these birds out of the way. We're gonna have Moltres. We're gonna have Psyduck. We're gonna have these repeat offenders being banned right away. Mons being banned here will not be banned in subsequent rounds. You're gonna have to keep banning them. These are some strong picks, and big surprise here. We have Sylveon being banned. I understand it has been buffed in the recent patch. I believe it's just overall received more damage throughout its movesets. So I'm actually interested to see if anyone's going to be able to play it this All-Star. So I get to actually see it for myself. We're going to have Rosie Crafter, the defender for the team, for ROTS. Starting off strong with a Snorlax. A lot of team comps can spur straight from Snorlax. He's a good first pick. He's very splashable. Versatility, dexterity, all the itties. Following that, we're going to have Hoopa and Articuno. Articuno receiving some nerfs here. Bit of damage nerfs on its basics. It was doing a little too much with the freeze tactics. Let's give the opponents more of a chance, especially in the early game. Following those first 2 picks, we're going to have 2 more picks for ROTS. We're going to have an Elagos. We're going to have a Rhydon. Elagos has received some buffs as well. I believe more damage on its moveset. It's more healing. It's just be able to do. It's going to be more effective on its moveset. And Marana is a very solid attacker. Good mid-range. Mid to long. It's more than mid-range, but not quite as long as some snipers. It's in between those two. So that means its range is above average. So far, ROTS is running a balanced composition. Over on PSY's team, we're going to have some more early game monsters in Mew. And we're going to have, Tinkaton, another mon that has been recently buffed up in this patch. So there's some new blood here. This is good to see. These mons you wouldn't be really being seen in before NAIC. As devs like to wait for big major events to get some final tuning in their patch notes. This is good. Everyone can be the trainers they're always meant to be. The last 2 picks over for ROTS is going to have a Bustle and an Absol. Absol is another mon that has been buffed up. Ult charge is even lower than before, so I expect to see it every team fight, even though that was the case before. It's going to happen even sooner. And last pick over for PSY will be Flex on Urshifu. Given the item set, I would like to say that is Water Bear, there is Weakness Policy, and Razor Claw. It gets to proc those items a lot since Water Bear dives in heavily. Urshifu kind of goes in and out. Wicked Blow, Urshifu goes in and out. Searching Strikes, Urshifu kind of goes in, and then it doesn't stop. All right, we're about to get underway. Both teams have finalized their picks. About to get started. I can't wait. We're back, dudes. Haven't streamed in a minute. But we're finally here. We're finally here. All right. Hoopa and Articuno heading down to the bottom lane. That is interesting. We're gonna have Kung head to the center. He might get invaded by the Snorlax. We're gonna have to wait and see. Up at the top, we're gonna have Tinkaton and Mew. A bit of a role reversal for the attacker and supporter, but these both are good. They're both very good early scanning Mon, so they could be in either top of Mon. They still function just fine. Top link's gonna be going off against Buzzwole, getting some early stacks in. 2 already, being backed up by the Elagos. Over with Absol, looks like he got invaded by the Hoopa. Looks like that was the strategy all along. Hoopa's gonna be wasting a lot of time here. Might get caught out. Yep, that is 3 on Hoopa. There goes its Hocus Band. They got caught right out. That's a KO. Hopefully about enough time for Snorlax and Miraidon at bottom lane. Ron should be able to get some easy secures along with Snorlax. Tackle attack is very good this early. About 5 more seconds till the first set of farm. A50 B spawn in. Let's see what happens up top. Urshifu is ready. It is Wicked Blow. I believe that is a moveset error, but hey, this still works. We will make it work. Back at the center. Hoopa in trouble once again. It's going to have to bail. This is a trick Hoopa. It's going to have to enhance himself to get on out of there. Uh-oh. Buzzwole's in a bit of danger. E-ball, and yep, getting the pickup on Buzzwole. Absol's going to have to come up and back them up. I'm starting to see the plan here. This Tinkaton's getting very, very enhanced, but can't be enhanced forever. Can only do so much. Hoopa waiting for the berry is going to leave now. And he is on out of here. Rely on his Urshifu again. Well, it is a good thing that he's Wicked Blow. That should be an easy secure. Articuno getting zapped away. He's going to have to try to hold down the bottom pad by himself. Not very fortunate. Really needed a lane partner. Mew probably would have been the better choice at the bottom. But they're going to have to make it work. It is 720. The 850 beast just finished and now it got replaced by the 720 right away. That's funny to see. Back at the top, we're going to have Hoopa being taken down by the Elagos. Snorlax is here. People being slammed to bits. ROTS is on the rise, getting some scores in. Well, PSY's gonna have to regroup. Flex is almost at level 9. That is important. Articuno's been at the bottom of by itself for a very long time. The rip isn't very fast. More of ROTS is on the way towards Regieleki at the bottom. That should be an easy secure. Oh, Miraidon got it with the thunder? Well, Urshifu's like, well, my time here is over. I would not stay there, my friend. That pad is gonzo. Uh-oh, Mew was caught out of position, and out of time. KO. Well, they can't push bottom pad any further. Rock's gonna have to find something else to do to be more productive. Buzzwole's got the right idea. He's gonna go for a back cap. Doesn't want to break it just yet. A lot of farms available up top, and Buzzwole wants to keep feeding. Snorlax over here through the Flux Zone, but hey, Hoopa's not gonna stop him, so I get it. He's gonna base back and do something else, but there's gonna be an advancement over on Tier 1 against ROTS. Mew ulting and then basically back after the ult has finished. Interesting choice. ROTS has defended their Tier 1 and they're going to moving on to Tier 2. And it's before the 5-minute mark. That means you can't jump on top of that pad just yet. And a lot more points are followed. Score right now is 0 to 229 and the point gap keeps climbing. Back over at the... Well, this looks like there's going to be a skirmish at the center here. Both teams are meeting up. I do agree, John, just OP. Purple team is struggling. But it's not over yet. Oh, now goes Articuno. Doesn't have his ult just yet. That's an absolute, which is huge damage. Let that Absol sing. And another back shot from Absol. They're still not breaking his pet. I very much agree with this. More farm. ROTS is all over that. Absol Fun gonna get a big overcap up at the top. Not too much Purple Team can do right now. I believe they really needed that Searching Strike's Urshifu to come through, but they got Wicked Blow, and that wasn't their design. Uh-oh. What's going on here? This is mutiny. Sunlex is like, you know what, you guys got it. Hoop was trying to do two things at once. Can't really... Was able to get his team up to the top, but he can't defend bottom. It is too late. Well, at least they're on the board, 98 to 352, but they still got a long way to go as we wind down towards a final stretch of the game. It is Kyogre at the center. You can tell by all the extra grass. Water brings life and vegetation. Final objective before the final objective is going to be a Reggie of some kind at the top. Looks like it will be played for. ROTS, the gang is on the way to the top. We're going to get some last bit of farm right here. Meanwhile, Psy's going to be chilling out at the bottom. And it's going to be a Reggie Rock. They're all over that. I'm just going to activate this now because we already know they're going to get that. Knockout. Well, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Tinkaton, no. Articuno, no. Jeez. Us. ROTS they're not playing around, man. They assassinated that Tinkaton. Everyone, they got evaporated. I didn't have time to, like, say anything. I blinked and it was over. Final score, 182 to 363. Look at the details page. Yep, Grigums, the Absol, the Assassin, the Speedster for the team. 6-7 with the stats. 6 KOs, 7 assists. 116 points scored, 88 overall rating. Did a quick work of this team. Battle data supports this. Good damage numbers from... especially Jackus, the Rhydon. Free charge beams all over that Articuno. And was able to compete range-wise with Mew. Strong start for ROTS. Psy's going to have to make some serious adjustments coming into game 2. Yeah, ROTS was on the ball that entire game. Complete dominance from, like, the start. Oy, oy, oy. A bit of a failed juggle invade from the start from Hoopa on Psy. That left Articuno alone at the bottom. Articuno doesn't really have strong secure, especially against Snorlax and Miraidon. And then there was the 4-man gank, like, at 850 at the top. Urshifu was Wicked Blow, not Surging Strikes, you know, his items. are begging for Surging Strikes. Bunch of spaghetti. Is what it is. It happens. PSY is going to regroup, refocus, get reallocated. And it looks like they know what they want here. This is good news. PSY wants second pick. They're going to stay on Kyogre. I didn't have to tell them nothing. This is great news. This is great news. All right. Well, just waiting for the go-ahead, and then we can get started for round number 2. Let me double check the what's the set going to be. We're now on game 2. Updating some scores here. ROTS is on the board first. 1-0. All right, both teams are ready. Let's get back to it. All right, let's see the bands this time. Well, the first game of any All-Star draft is pretty much by the books. What's interesting is the second game onwards. The bands might be the same, but the compositions are they're going to start changing up a lot. And this is going to be really the case, especially if they make it to round 4, when certain popular picks are just no longer available. Another ban on Sylveon, so I'm really curious to see how effective Sylveon is these days. I haven't really seen much of it before the bans. Before the buffs, and now it's been buffed up. Now it's being banned. That's telling. One mon that is falling out of favor a little bit has been Machamp. It's being banned now, but it wasn't banned before. Submission has a cooldown increase. Submission was a little too effective. On top of being hindrance resistant, you got a speed boost initially. You're able to grab opponents and just mark people to get KO by your team. You choose when fights happen. It's a very powerful move, so I agree with adding more cooldowns on that move that give more room for counterplay. That's important in these types of games. All right. First pick went to Griggums. There he's going to take Typhlosion over. That is going to be followed by Moltres and Umbreon. Those are two very strong picks from PSY. Looks like they're pulling out all the stops already. They're at a point deficit in the set. We're going to have Mamoswine and Clefable, a defender and supporter. A pretty balanced composition once again, followed by ROTS. Oh, this one might be more engage heavy due to the mons being picked. And so far, same with PSY. More heavy on the engage. Looking at the items for Armor Edge, that was another one that was also buffed. Just flat out more damage across the board. It's going to be accompanied by basically another support in Comfy. And yes, I do consider Umbreon as a support. I don't care if it has a green background. That is a support in my mind. Last 2 picks over for ROTS. We're going to have Garchomp And they're going to be backed up by the Mage and Zapdos. Oh yeah, double Mage, double Engage here for ROTS. This is an interesting composition. I do say double Mage, but Typhlosion starts off as a Mage, and when it gets its ult, it goes in on you. It becomes just a brawler. Oh boy. Last pick over. Flex is going to be on Latios. Latios is a good pick. Hopefully it gets to start off as the jungler, at least for the first rotation. It needs to reach level 5 ASAP. It needs to build that Eon stacks. Draco Meteor will probably be the operative choice. It has some good options to hit. It has Clef, it has Mamo, it has Garchomp. Good choices. It just has to land those moves. A successful Latios will have at least 100 Eon stacks by the 2-minute mark. The really good Latios players have at least 100 halfway through the game. We'll see which one is which. All right, we're going to have Moltres and its supporter heading to the top. As per tradition, Latios will be the jungler, as makes sense to me. Charcadet, that will become an armor edge with an armor edge heading towards the bottom. They'll be going off against Mamoswine and Zapdos. That is a powerful bottom lane. Let's see how this goes. Yep. Everything's for Zapdos. Mamo gets to go in. Gets to stuff the approach. The armor edge lane has a weak engage. Umbreon's almost gotten KO'd. This is juicy gameplay right here. Yep. You have to consider the early game. It's a very important facet. Latios is here. Level 5. Let's see what move he has chosen. Draco Meteor. It's gonna take some time. The early game's a lot weaker for PSY. Let's see if it's gonna be a worthy investment. We're gonna have some members head towards the top. It is a 4-on-3. A good opportunity for Draco Meteor. Down goes Gabite. More stacks. Still at 2 meters, so he's under 25 Eon stacks. We're gonna have to send Armor Edge to the jungle. I do agree with this. Latios needs to get his stacks, so he needs to stay in the fight. Looks like he's gonna head towards the bottom. That AV is not an Umbreon yet. If that mammal's worth his salt, he was gonna be all over that. I want to say Zapdos got that one. I'm not entirely sure. Well, now here's the Umbreon. No choice now. Over at the top, Moltres is going down along with the Comfey. More scores. This Gabite's gonna start to feed. There's a lot of experience on the table. Armor Edge will be Fire Spin. He is going in, getting a lot of damage in. Moltres is here. That is a KO on Gabite. Trying to get scores in for Moltres. That's 28 points right there. More pieces of farm. 2 and 30 points right there. This is already a very much different early phase for PSY. Let's get this game over for you guys. There it is. Oh no. There's a Dragon Claw, Dragon Rush combo, and that's a wipe up top. Sorry, ROTS once again electing to not break that top pad too early. They want as much farm as they can get. We're gonna have, let's see, we're gonna have Gibble on Regirock over at the top. Oh yeah, he's getting that. Let's not get it twisted. Let's just activate this already. That's a Regirock. That is a knockout. Mamoswine is online just after 7 minutes. He's at excellent pacing. It's gonna get mean look though. He's just waiting to ult. It's gonna happen soon. Procking the Umbreon passive. Umbreon gets taken down. A 40 bomb for Zapdos, but in exchange, Latios got some good Eon stacks. What's happening over here? Oh my goodness. Garchomp through the Flux Zone. KO. Oh no, ult that. You hungry hippo. Perish. I count 4 meters. That means Latios has at least 50 Eon stacks. Huge ult from Arbridge. He is going in with Moltres. It's not even 5 minutes yet, so there's no bounce pad. You're gonna have to walk on over. But this is tier 2. They're gonna buy you some time. Clef's trying to get a score in, but you know what? He's gonna elect to leave. There is the Moonlight. Uh-oh. Mamble's trying to live. Mamble's alive? No way. That is 5 meteors. That is at least 75 stacks. Was that 6? Is he complete? In the mid-game? Well, I guess we know what kind of Latios flex is. Yep, that is 6. All right, that's at least 100 stacks. And counting. Well, no, it caps at 6 meteors. The damage only increases from here. He's just going to need levels for proper scaling. All right, this is already a much different game number 2. I do like this idea. We have a bunch of engagements from Moltres, Umbreon, Armorage, and while he is engaging heavily with the team, if they're ever on top of him, expect meteors, expect justice raining from above. Meanwhile, back at the top over here. Oh yeah, Garchomp's ulting in again. That should be a cleanup on Armorage, and Latios jumped in. That is, oh yeah, that's gonna be an easy cleanup. KO. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's gonna have to flame wheel on out of here. Gonna lick his wounds. Latios at level 12. Latios doing pretty good. But Orange Team's getting all these objectives. You can't forget that. And there's another knockout. Let's see what ROTS wants to do. Oh, there goes Moltres. Looks like they're going to play for the top. They got to send somebody. Well, one pad for another, I guess. One pad for another. At this point, might as well. They're going to be a little too late to try to stop that on top. All right. Well, top pad is not available for PSY's team. They can rip and secure. Oh, that was like 80% of Garchomp's health. Oof. Yes. So ROTS is going to have to be very careful in this team fight. Oh, Garchomp going in. It's a bit too early for that ult. A lot of members are still up. Double KO for the Armorage and a double KO for Moltres. Honestly, start ripping that. Yep. Kyogo's at its lowest amount of health at the beginning. Latios is staying those Draco's Meteors for the secure. There it is. Would you look at that? Now it's a Draco Meteor with Groudon buff. Sorry, Kyogre buff. That's a lot of damage. Someone's going to go down as Armorage. And, oh, half the members of PSY go down. But it's a trade. Uh-oh. That's not good. You guys needed to live and score. They're not down by much, and there's still time left. But the ball pad's no longer defenseless. This is going to be a lot harder for PSY to win this game number 2. They're going to have to really play off Latios. They are equipped to win this game. They just have to play this last phase right. And over for ROTS, they're going to have to play some good defense. All right. If everyone on side pushes top pad right now, they should be able to score this and take this game. They have to hurry. Not everyone's going to be there. They have to hurry. That's 1. That's 2. They got a score in. That should seal the deal. Game 2 going to PSY. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Pretty close game. Pretty close. Set is 1 up. This is what you like to see. This is exactly what I've been waiting for. All right. Gonna update some overlays while I have the chance. All right. Final score right now for this game 2. Ignore that game 3 on the top right. It is 765 to 342. PSY with the comeback. Flex, the investment was worth it. 9 KOs, 6 assists, and I bet you he has at least 75,000 damage. 75,000. Yes, so let's see. 90. All right, even more. Even more. And even more than 90 is 102,000 for Chris, the Moltres. Good stuff. But hey, let's not forget, it's All-Star. These 10 mons are gone. Cooked, finished. You won't see them anymore. Not for the rest of this set. Well, the adjustments have been made for PSY. Now it is ROTS' turn to make the adjustment for game number 3. Let's see what they come up with. Well, a bit of the early game for PSY was a bit of a struggle, given what they picked, but it quickly wrapped up. Latios got its stacks early, was able to apply some real pressure, and it just started to turn around from there. Yeah, they gave up a lot of pads, they gave up some initial points, but they were just investing into their future. And the investment was worth it. Good stuff. Always like a good Latios game. Always like that. Galaxy Brains and all the chats and all the platforms. How you guys doing tonight? We're back again. This is great. We're back. I haven't streamed in a while. I was at NAIC. NAIC was a ton of fun. I know if you check out some of the shorts I have, we did some packs openings. Courtesy of Umi. She was opening my packs. She had the Buddha Lady Luck. Pretty good stuff. I still have these cards. I'm not going to do anything with them, but got me into the TCG a little bit. I started downloading Pokemon Pocket. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see some content for Pokemon Pocket. It's been a pretty fun game so far. The UI is a bit lacking, though, but that's a discussion for another time. Let's see what these guys want. Looks like PSY is going to be taking first pick. And Groudon will be the map. All right. All right. Just waiting for the final go ahead. And then we can get started with this game number 3. Oh, looks like someone needs 5 minutes. I believe that's a restroom break. That's fine. I'm okay with taking a short break. We'll be right back, dudes. Sit tight. Don't go away. My God, we're finally back. Oy, 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 these people. No respect for others' times, I swear. Well, we're back. Finally. We get started for game number 3 for this draft. It is 1-up, both teams. And this is a best of 5? We're here for like another hour. Oh my God. Ah. Endure, my friends, endure. If anything else, these bans are quote unquote exciting, at least from Psy's team. Banning both the Sylveon as well as the Espeon. Espeon is a Mon that is very good early game. Reaches level 4, getting those secures with Psyshock, and the rest is history. We have Chris, first pick on the Four-Armed Man. A bit toned down, but submission is still one hell of a drug. Do not get caught. Next 2 picks, the first 2 picks over for ROTS, Return of Tempest Squad. We're gonna have that Pikachu from the anime making a guest appearance, along with Genie, the person we've been waiting for. Direct all hatred towards that Al Creamy. It would be a support player too. Oh my God, man. These support players, dog. I can't with them. I can't. No one already likes them as it is because they play support. But now they have the gall to be late. This is the hard time you're gonna get. You better play perfect, Genie. I got my eye on you. Next 2 picks over for Psy. We're gonna have Ho-Oh and we're gonna have Rapidash of the Galarian variety. Ho is an interesting choice. There's still some good defenders out there like Trevenant. Yoshi Crafter really got the dealio. He already knows what's up. That boy's playing to win. All right, now. Eh. That combo's a little weird for Psy. Well, that is the thing with this All-Star draft. It will reveal impurities, but Sableye and then wait, hold on. I know what's happening here. I know this kind of comp. Oh dear. Oh no. Uh-oh. If this comp is what I think it is, then ROTS is in for a treat. They're in for a ride. Oh. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see how ROTS will move forward against that team composition of the Champ, Rapidash, Ho-Oh, Sableye, and Greedent. These guys, they hit and then they run. They do not stay in any one spot for too long. It looks like we got a crash on draft. All right. Someone has notified me. This is good. They've let me know on multiple different platforms. I am human. I appreciate the heads up. See what happens when you communicate? You get to move things along. All right, I'm going to do a reset. We're going to do a redraft. Wait a minute. How does this game state interact? Do the mons still get banned in All Star? I might have to unban them. I have to take a screenshot. Well, sit tight, folks. I'm gonna get this fixed lickety split. Hold tight. Fans are the same. I have reinstated the ones that were picked just now. But here we are again. These things happen sometimes. You're going to have to be very patient with this game. It is what it is. Though I will say, I've never seen crashing to be such a problem for a video game. That only happens in video games with multiple types of devices. We got the Switch 1s, we have the Switch 2s, we have like a laundry list of like different phones, and technically tablets too, and emulators. A lot of things are available for this game. It's not like just one or like a handful of accepted devices that they have to account for. Honestly, I'm pretty sure that is the reason for like crashes for this game's entire history. Almost positive. It's all the different types of phones. All the different types of phones with all the different needs and the wants that each phone like has to be equipped with. It's tough. So this game absolutely should be fine on the Switch versions because if you guys remember, this game came out initially just for the Switch 1. And the Switch 2 is not that different firmware-wise for this game. It's fine. The Switches aren't really the problem. It's the different phones. I promise you that. I promise you it's the different phones causing the crashing issues in this game's entire history. Promise you that. So their friend playing on a Nokia, he's the problem. Blame him. That is my TED Talk. Let's look at these compositions now properly. All right. 3 attackers for PSY. PSY, Articuno. Sorry, not Articuno. What am I saying? Alolan Ninetales and Cinderace. Well, at least there are 3 different types of attackers. They're going to be accompanied by Machamp still, along with, all right, Slowbro, proper defender in this day and age. Still with the balanced composition from ROTS. They have Galena Rapidash. They still have the Okrimi and Trevenant. Still, same picks as before. ROTS still had their draft. They didn't crash. It was PSY. Because PSY has a completely different team. So they have a lot of firepower, and I do mean a lot of firepower. Now you would think, oh, ROTS has a speedster, and they have 3 attackers. They should cook. Mewtwo Y is a duelist. He doesn't care who he fights. It will live. Not Articuno. A9 might have some trouble, but it has plenty of peel. It has Slowbro and Machamp. Cinderace is another duelist. It wants to fight you in a one-on-one. It's going to be fun from that speedster. It will live. The only one who's going to have some trouble is A9. That's if its teams just ignore it. Anyway, up at the top, Machamp as a Machop with Vulpix. Cinderace is the jungler. Mewtwo Y is heading to the bottom with Slowbro. They'll be going up against Phantom. I finally learned his name from the card game. We're going to have Pikachu here at the bottom as well. Pikachu getting that secure here. I would like to see a lot more A pressing from Mewtwo Y. That's how you pressure. You have to deal with that. Phantom getting the secure there. Rapidash almost getting completed with this jungle rotation. Up at the top is going to be Zacian and Alcremie. Zacian getting some points there. Red Boot is at the top. Rapidash is evolved and ready. All right, Ninetales. Got that secure. Reach level 4. Cinderace needs a berry. Ate a lot of damage there. Oh yeah, do not go in that bush. All right. And I'm making that farm secure a lot easier. It looks like ROTS doesn't want to commit too hard to that team fight. Which is fine. You don't have to down that hill. Be patient. At the bottom, Mewtwo Y and Slurpo doing their thing here. A little bit behind. A lot behind now. Slowbro goes down. Mewtwo not level 5 just yet. Trying to get the secure here. Gonna have to give up on that. Wants to live. Now they have to face Trevenant with the Wood Hammer. One Hammer's such a good move. Alright. Center is here. It is Regidrago. None of the attackers are playing for it. They're all gonna group up at the top. Uh-oh. See what I mean by Rapidash ain't really a problem? It got dumpstered by the two duelists. Thought I was kidding, right? And A9 sealing them away. Blaze kick. And basic from U2Y. Yep. You will respect attackers. You will. Rapidash, do not jump into that, please. Oh, yeah. Didn't learn your lesson before, huh? Alright. Well, the team dynamics should change a little bit. Pikachu is not there. Trevenant is not there. Though it won't help out too much, in my opinion. Regidrago is still available for a whole minute. Zacian's gonna get that for much needed points. Slowball at the bottom, going down with the ship. No, he's gonna live. Good stuff. Play your life. Don't give him experience. Psy at the top. ROTS at the bottom. A mutual break. But Psy's taking the lead. They're getting more points on the tier 2. And objective is here, and that is a knockout with Regieleki. Almost forgot to get these for Orange team. Can't forget that. They had that knockout. And they also had this knockout. Just so you guys know. Well, it looks like Regieleki walked all the way to the bottom for the tier 2, sorry, for Psy's team, but they're not too concerned. A9 has vision on 3 of them up the top. Cinderace is like, that was a nice. Machamp getting an ult. Oh, Zacian with the ult of its own. A lot of damage. A9's not going anywhere. Yep, all over that Pikachu. I do agree with Pikachu going Thunder and Thunderbolt. Though, honestly, Voltac, there is still a use case for Voltaco because that move was just that good. Maybe to help out the Rapidash because you're leaving just the Rapidash to engage 3 attackers. Rapidash doesn't burst damage you like that. It gets its damage, and then it goes out, and it comes back again, and it gets more damage, and that's its gameplay loop. But if it's on death's door or dying every time it just wants to go in, then like that's a problem. Pichu can alleviate that situation. Aye. Slowbro going down, but so does Trevenant. There's the Pikachu Unite. But that's not gonna do too much. Uh-oh. These attackers on the move. There's still 2 left. Can they bring it home? Well, they defended the pad successfully. Score is 162 to 135. This is a much closer game as before. Still anyone's game. Well, we have Psy on the move again. Zacian's gonna go for a back cap, and nope, teleport. Got 2 built-in eject buttons. Uh-oh. What is Cinderace doing there? Oh, they got the cleanup on Zacian. I don't think that's worth the trade. Meanwhile, at the bottom, the champ can only do so much. Pikachu ulting in, which is fine, getting good value here. Pikachu will get that Unite back. Mewtwo running back into that Thunder. The champ's like, let me get my hands on him. Get away from those. Well, ROTS taking the lead again. 223 to 162. They got another objective up top spawning in. Also, can't forget this. Look at that clear from Cinderace. So fast. So fast. Well, they have Registeel. It's going to fall towards purple team. I get to do this now. All right, it is time. Well, PSY is on the top and ROTS is on the bottom. Cinderace is just tapping it. It's halfway down. Zacian has a mean secure. They have to really play around that. But that is what Slowbro is for. There is the engage. Cinderace gets it. They just Slowbro unite. They slow beam the Zacian. That is their only secure in this situation. All right. Looks like PSY's doing the smart thing, regrouping. They have some time. They got a minute left. They are behind. They're going to want to see the final confirmation at the 1 minute mark. Yep, they know the right side team has the lead. Almost forgot. We get to do this new thing in the overlay. Ta-da! Knockout on Groudon. All right. 3 attackers with the Groudon buff. Get out of the way. Yep. Frontliners don't stand a chance in this situation. That Blaze can get such far range. Ay, ay, ay. Quad for Cinderace. Well, all right. PSY taking game number 3. Extend their lead in the set 2-1. As we move on to game number 4 here. Well, PSY's on match point. But looking at the final score for this game, it is 420 to 223. PSY just taking over the Groudon fight. They're like, hey, we're going to keep tapping it, keep tapping it, keep tapping it. Zacian's like, oh man, I have to get ready for the ribs. And Slowbro said, and then I stay right there. None of that. MVP is going to be Doja Cat. PSY, you love to see it. 3 KOs, 12 assists. Battle data supports this. 73,000 damage from just Cinderace. But Jack is on the Pikachu with 86,000 damage dealt. Good stuff with the Thunder, Thunderbolt, and its Unite moves. Made that all entirely possible. But we're going to have to make some serious adjustments coming into game number 4. These 10 bombs are going to go bye-bye. And we're at this part of the draft where it's going to be rough. This is going to be rough here. Going to be rough for both teams. Not a lot of mons are left at this point. All right. Let's see how many mons are actually banned here. 33. That leaves around 60 left. Let's see. Looks like ROTS wants first pick. Let's give him that. And Groudon's still going to be the map. Well, folks, we've been here for about an hour and a half. I want to thank you for your patience. I know we lost about 30 minutes due to some unforeseen circumstances and a crash here and there, but we're still here, still bringing you matches. Sit tight. We're about to get this next one, Game 4 started. Size on match point. Excited for that. To see how it concludes. But to see we go into game number 5. Well, looks like both teams are ready. Let's get started once again. PSY being banned, as well as Sylveon. Man, they do not want Sylveon out to play. They don't want to put up with that mon at all. Well, at this rate, about half the roster is going to be banned if we even make it to another game. Looks like the bans are stabilized as well. All right. Gonna have Yoshi Crafter on Mr. Mime, electing to not pick Blastoise or Crustle. Interesting. What are these guys up to? There's still a lot of defenders left. Usually, defenders are the first ones to go in All-Star Draft. But there's still plenty of good ones. Gonna have Crustle. We're gonna have Wigglytuff. I got some early scaling attackers being banned or picked away. Looks like for ROTS, we're gonna have Glaceon and Lega Lucario. I haven't seen that mon in a minute. Back over to the side, we're going to have Doja Cat on Venusaur. And we're going to have Chris on an all-arounder of some type. Blaziken is a good choice. They have the cross the walls to play off of. Surfetch is also a very good choice. Has a lot of good mobility, and it has the shields and detect. And bonus fact, Surfetch is very bulky on the special defensive side. If you look at its stats, see, it's sizable. Last pick's going to ROTS. We're going to have Blastoise, and we're going to have Talonflame. Another balanced composition. They got Engage. They have some Rip. They have Secure. They got Peels. They can kind of do it all. Meanwhile, on the other side, for flexing his band of merry men and women, they got Blaziken as the final pick. They got more of an Engage kind of comp. And we have Venusaur solar beaming away in the back. Or this is actually a Pedal Dance Venusaur, and this is just going on a full-on Engage. That is very possible. All right. Wigglytuff, Surfetch heading to the top. Torchic Tor as the jungler. Bulbasaur and Crosala at the bottom lane. They'll be going up against Glaceon and Squirtle Squirt. Let's get these secures. Squad's going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting with secure-wise. Talonflame getting its jungle clear. It's almost done. Almost reached level 5. And at the top, it is Mr. Mime and Lucario fighting against the opposition. There's that quick attack secure. You love to see it. Back towards the bottom. Uh-oh. Both junglers are here. That's a change of pace. Looks like Talon's going to get the center farm. The center not to. They're going to get ready for this engage. We have Combusken moving that farm away. Crosso's now level 4. Talon finding good success at the top. And back to the jungle. Interesting to send Bulbasaur up there now. Oh, looks like he's looking for a piece of farm. He's going to work his way back to the bottom, perhaps? No? It looks like he's still needed up there. Lucario doing a good job getting all that not to himself. Ivysaur's not really a Pokemon until 7 when it becomes a Venusaur. Regidrago has spawned in for the first time. ROTS is all over it. But there is a Blaziken. Has no chance to get it. Sorry about that. Video's back up. My OBS was bugging out there. You guys basically had to listen to essentially a radio cast. Alright, Lucario getting more of that form. He has close combat. Is level 7. That Surfetch is not level 5. There it is. Not so far running away with the level lead. Well, we already have a fully realized Talonflame. And Reggie Ice is gonna go to Orange Team. There we go. Knockout. All right. Blaziken is not letting up on this, Mr. Mime. That is a KO right where he stands. Talonflame's like, hey, I'm sorry, man. I'm just gonna leave. I was right. That Venusaur is a pedal dance. But it's gonna get duffed by Mega Lucario. Well, looks like he's gonna get some much needed farm before he sinks that 40 for a 37 over cap. No need to rush. Well, bring your home, boys. It's time to score. Literally scoring at the last second. Back at the bottom with Blastoise and Glaceon. They've been doing a good job getting all the farm here. Keeping the score to 0. That's more impressive. PSY is falling behind in levels fast. Blastoise always put himself in a good position to trap foes. Venusaur will not have the chance to Mega Drain to sustain itself. Talonflame getting that score at the top. Yep, just in time. The next Reggie's about to spawn in, and it is a Registeel. Glaceon's 10, it's time to get this objective. Time for some Ice Shards and Icicle Spears. That's 4. KO. Lucario is just jamming up here. Gonna eject out of that one. Make his way over. Talonflame's going in on that Surfetched. Surfetch's gonna have to Leaf Blade its way out of there. Glaceon with the secure with Registeel. Another knockout. ROTS has been doing such a good job this set of getting all the objectives. A huge Venusaur Unite. Glaceon's gonna be able to get out of there. Along with the Mr. Mime Unite. And a wall. Slow these guys down. Down goes Wiggly. But down goes Blaziken. Talonflame ulting in. Down goes Crustle. There's about to be a wipe here. Yep, that's an ace. So a KO for Glaceon. Good stuff. Talonflame with the Draco secure. Once again, another objective secured. Well, folks, this is the Groudon objective. That means there's fire, which means there is less bushes, less vegetation. See the overall theme? Ah! That is a fly takedown. Venusaur ulting in, albeit a bit too late. It's basically the 240 mark. Venusaur won't be getting that back. Well, looks like ROTS is gearing up to take this to a game 5 at this rate. There's one last objective. That sounds like steel. No, it's actually ice. I lied. Well, not important. It's time for this objective. What is happening up here? A whole lot of nothing, apparently. Wait. Kaio's like, I'm gonna wait right here. What's this fiend up to? Hey, stop that! Deja vu, huh? What? Oh, a 3-piece? 3 times? Can we get a 4th? What is happening up there? I'm okay. I'm very invested now. What's happening here? All right. Can we get a 4th? All right, let's move this game along. Time for the fight. Blastoise has ulted with the Hydro Typhoon. Serving in, there's the Mime ult. Ults are flying in. Speaking of flying, down goes Talonflame onto the Blaziken's head. Down goes Venusaur, Wigglytuff, Crustle. That just leaves the Galarian. That leaves that Sirfetch'd. And he... Yep, he's gone. He's done. that was funny to watch. Hey, I saw that. Orangey was about to... They deserve this. Knockout. All right. Final score 68 to 316. That was a very funny ground-on fight. Well, not ground-on fight. That was a funny game of cat and mouse at the top with Sirfetch'd and Lucario. He really wanted to backcap to force something. But hey, it is what it is. I think PSY realized they weren't going to clutch out that one. Final score 68 to 316. ROTS with another strong performance. That is tied up 2-2. Solo's the MVP by far. 12 KOs, 4 assists. Battle Dale, yep, 7,000 damage, the most in the entire lobby. Interesting. We're going to move on to the 5th and final game. Stay tuned for that. Getting these picks in order. Well, looks like Flex wants second pick. Well, PSY wants second pick. What am I? Yeah. I'm bugging. I am bugging. Yeah, we've been here for a minute, guys. It's just evil, right? That like this game that started quote unquote at 10, more like 10:15, but and it's now about to be midnight. Well, for one, there will be no interviews. I am tired. 2, hopefully these guys can be more punctual mid-set. But these things happen. If you guys were watching NAIC or any live Unite event, they take forever due to a lot of technical issues. That is just this game. Looks like, speaking of this game, final objective will be once again Groudon. We're going to have PSY on second pick. That means first pick's going to fall to ROTS. That's a lot of Mons being banned. Let's see how much 43 Mons are unavailable. Now, if everyone's ready, we can actually get started here. The set is indeed 2-2. These teams have gone the distance. You love to see it. That means we're in for a treat. How's this gonna conclude? Actually, not entirely sure. Both teams have gone back and forth. Who needs a few minutes at this point? Who? Where's my belt? Who needs time? I've eaten enough of my time and the people's time as it is. Y'all need more time? I'll be nice. Psy hasn't really asked for time at all. It's really rots. So I'll exercise some temperament. Well, let's see here. How is this gonna end for these teams? Who's who's left? I actually know the answer to that. Let's take a look. Let's take a look to see who's left. All the Charizards are right there. That's one thing. Sada keeps getting banned to hell and back. Fraligator also getting banned. Suicune's there. Aspen keeps getting banned. A lot of speedsters left. Not really a lot of defenders. A lot of all-rounders are left. There's still some strong picks around. They're still seeking. I want them to do what they did in NAC. I want to see the triple Zard. I want to see it bad. They actually won that game. They picked triple Zard. Uh, they did triple Zard, Moltres, and like Mamoswine. And that Machamp didn't get to play. That Machamp got duffed. Oh, you love to see it. I have made an error. That mon, I don't have to actually save anything. There it is. Well, these teams are still not ready here, but what's going on with you guys? We're in game 5. We made it here. Both these teams are showing what they got. They've had some strong picks. They've had some not so strong picks. Will we see Sylveon? That is the real question. Game 1 of this series, they picked all the mons that were basically buffed up. So I got to see how they performed. Absol was a standout performance. Whenever it ulted, and it ulted very frequently, it got some picks. Going to do another checkup on Psy here. See what's up. What could they possibly need after about 2 hours of gameplay? What do they need right now? Was there some needy? Just play the game, please. Please, oh please, oh please, just play the game. That's all they need to do. All right, they're ready. I'm starting it. Hallelujah. Play the game so we can move on with our lives. All right. Final draft. Fraligator, chopping block. Sylveon, chopping block. Let me guess. Psylux is next. Espeon. Greninja is stay getting banned. I don't think you need to ban it. It did get toned down a bit across his entire moveset. Ult charge, healing on surf, damage on water shuriken. Still a good mon though. Don't get it twisted. Still a good mon. Can't forget the Blissey here. I always agree with that ban. And there is Psyduck. All right. Well, that means there is 30. Well, there's over 40 mons banned at this point. Now, basically half the roster. Uh-oh. They're starting off strong. Ain't no Slowbro in sight. But there's still plenty of mons with the bound property. And Charizard Y can still be kited. Hey, just pick another Charizard. Come on. Come on, son. Just pick another one. Just pick another one. Trust me. Just pick another one. All right. Here. It's back up. This is good news. All right, we're going to go with the Intel, and we're going to go with Vaporeon. Genie's been the support the entire time, so I'm surprised to see it on Intel, though they might give him or her the Vaporeon. It has Aqua Ring. It can be a support. So far on side, they got Articuno. I always mix these two up. They have Suicune, Lapras, some mages in the front. They have Leafeon in the back. We're putting it off angles, I should say. They have Mimikyu there. That is a strong choice. Hey, man, guys, just pick another Charizard. It's fine. Honestly, I do like the regular Charizard pick. I think they should do it. You just have to waste the other Charizard's time. That's all you have to do. You don't even have to beat it. You just have to waste its time. They teased. They're gonna go with the Dragonite. I'd imagine this is a Hyper Beam Dragonite. They want to rip and secure this final objective, perhaps. Psy has a lot of engage on their side, and I do mean a lot. But hey, so does ROTS team. What's up, Aaron? Yes, this is game 5. We've had some crashes. We had some people taking 20 minutes to load in. And it's about to be midnight. We started at 10. Well, we didn't start at 10:15 because people just love to be late. But this has been a 2-hour time block. Let's get dangerous. Finally, we're loading in. Please, no crashes. I can't, my heart can't take it. I've been so patient. The people have been so patient. All right. We're going to have Dratini and Suicune heading to the top. They'll be going off against Piplup and a Vaporeon. This should be an interesting exchange. Over at the bottom, we have Sobble. They have a green just scoring away its little heart out. Leafeon goes down, being a little overzealous, giving Liz Lapras a hard time. Lapras can't secure like that. It could deny secures. They got that one, though. Not bad. Mimikyu heading towards the bottom is like, you know what? I gotta shut this down right now. Where is he at? Come here. He ejected for that. Come here. I want to get some stacks in. No way. Nobody touched that point. While that's happening, Charmeleon's like, well, I'm going to take over top lane. Vaporeon. Not level 4 yet. Not doing its due diligence, but it's hard to fight against the Suicune this early. Here comes Leafeon. Piplup's like, get me out of here, please. Well, there it goes. Leafeon being a little bugger. This Mimikyu's being really mean to this Greedent. Level 7. Alright, it looks like they're going to do a jungle exchange. You get some levels. Pronto. I like it, I like it, I like it. Back over here. There is the Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump Vaporeon. I haven't seen it in so long. Hey, be honest. I like the sound design on Hydro Pump when it's connecting with targets. I like that sound. I don't know why. Charizard on its way to the top. It's been an objective. Well, there goes Reggie Drago. Going to Lapras. Man, purple team got an objective. It's been a while. These guys deserve this. And they broke the pad? Alright. Alright. I get it. Charizard getting its levels. 720. Almost level 9. Lapras cutting off the jungle farm, maybe. And there's not really much jungle left for Charizard to get to 9 right away. Which means we gotta start when the iron is hot. Dragonite's like, I'm just gonna go do this objective. That's a Hyper Beam Dragonite, alright. Up at the top, ROTS is gonna be all over Reggie Ice, but at... Alright, we got some objectives here. Reggie Lecky for purple team, and Reggie Ice orange team. Alright. We got some objectives. We got some objectives. Let's go. Charizard is level 9. It is prepped and ready to go. He's just looking for an excuse. But Mimikyu is also level 9. Also looking for another excuse to use it. This poor Greedent. Well, thanks to Vaporeon, he has made it home. What's going on over here? We're gonna have Mimikyu with the Shadow Sneak. Denying Empoleon some farm here. Charizard's like, who's up there? Bring them to me. Mimikyu not biting. He's like, hey, that side of the map is dangerous. Who's here? There's the Charizard Unite. Maybe we can try to ult, but like it got shut out. It got shut down. Charizard's like, this pad is ours. Another KO mid Unite. That's crazy. Uh-oh. Frozen solid. Now goes Char. They got 2 for 1 before he got taken down. Green's gonna be all over this Suicune. Next is Lapras. Charizard has spawned back in. Greedent's like, I'm full. Time to look for more berries elsewhere. Oh, that should be an easy secure for Orange Team getting Reggie Steel. The fight continues, though. Suicune just freezing away. And take it down, though. Double KO for Inteleon. Charizard got Reggie Lecky. Hold on. When did he do that? This Intel is putting in a lot of work with Liquidation here. Oh, Shadow stuck onto the Intel, getting taken down. That is a triple KO. A lot of stuff happened in like this minute and a half. Oh my goodness. PSY taking the lead though. 234 to 179, but not too far behind is ROTS. Both teams have lost 1 pad apiece. However, PSY has lost their top pad. More farm spawns on the top side of the map. Charizard Y has ulted. Who did he? He got rid of Leafeon. He didn't like him. Don't think he needed to do that, but hey, experience is experience. He'll get it back. He just needs to farm a bit. We're in over here. Getting the farm. Uh-oh. Greedent's in trouble. Oh, he backed up. Nice. Leaf goes down again. He's having a tough time. All right, we're going to have another objective spawning in on the top and bottom side. Let's see what's happening up here at the top. It is a Reggie steal. Orange team is all over that. And that's another knockout. Lapras waiting very patiently at the bottom. See who runs in. Ethan all over the Reggie Lecky. There's another knockout. Lecky for some pressure. Shadow Sneak with the bush check. They're in the choke. I believe Suicune has found them. That is a freeze. But it's going to get healed off by Aquaring. There's a Shadow Sneak, but it's on Greedon. Leaf on his ulted in. Charizard's like, hey, none of that. Enough. Perish. Stop right there. That is an ace. Well, our orange team loves this Groudon. They're gonna get it. That is a knockout. Well, looks like our Game 5 winners is gonna be ROTS. I'm telling you, dog, that Dragonite just should have been a regular Charizard. That would have been hot. Oh, as we clean up this part of the game. Groudon buff is no joke. It does so much damage. Well, hats off to ROTS and PSY. This is a competitive set. It went to Game 5. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, a Mon like Charizard Y just thrives in All-Star Draft. If no one's picking it, and like no one's banning it either, and it just shows up at the end when like a lot of its counters are just, a lot of its popular counters are like already done, picked and gone. It's a pretty credible threat. Now, there's still plenty of counters left. Mimikyu was actually a good counter. Another Charizard's a good counter. It still can be kited. Charizard Y is still getting a lot of mileage. Final score 254 to 991. ROTS. Return of Tempest Squad. Holding it down. MVP is Solus. 282 points scored. 5 KOs. 14 assists. 87 overall MVP rating. Battle data supports this. He has the most damage dealt. Charizard Y is not too far behind. 67,000 and 62,000 damage dealt respectively. Strong showing from ROTS' final game. And overall, pretty good stuff. I am not too familiar with this team, but I have had a good sample size to see what they can do. And I liked what I saw. Well, we finished the final game. It is midnight. I am tapped out. We will not be doing an interview this time around. We'll save that for playoffs. Anyway, I've been your caster tonight, GX2_Unite. As you know, this will be uploaded at the various platforms. But if you want to see it right away, this will be published first on Twitch right away. So you can catch the rebroadcast. And these will be uploaded on other platforms at a later time, not too long afterwards. So yeah, we've had a fun time here. Well, we'll see you dudes later. Peace out.